Hey Bat fans, Luke here, back with another video, and I'm going to go ahead and just be up front for all intents and purposes. The video I had yesterday for the review of Batman Faces was supposed to be the last video of the week. However, as chance may bring itself, I did a little bat hunt yesterday. Went to the store Second and Charles, which I believe is a national chain. It's sort of like a thrift shop, but not really. Whatever. But I heard they had a lot of used books, so I figured I'd give it a chance, see if they had some comics in there. And lo and behold, they had a whole entire comic section. So I dove through the boxes and came across with some cool books. And as you can tell by the name of the video, this will be heavily centered on two great writers this run. But yeah, it was totally impromptu. Had no intents of doing a bat hunt yesterday, but hey, it is. You never know. Gotta be prepared. Just like Batman, always prepared for every contingency. Always be ready for a bat hunt, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. So let's see. Flip Two Faces coin, and sure, let's go. We'll do Batman. We'll go oldest to newest, and we'll start with. We'll go ahead with this writer. This writer here, you really would have to be living on the rock not to hear of him. Great stories he's seen in Batman, in addition to stories like Fatale and The Fade Out, and most recently, Killer Be Killed. That is, of course, Ed Brubaker. This one was Scotty McDaniel. This being issue number 586. I already had this issue, but this was an upgrade. The other issue I have kind of has a little crease going right there, but this one more pristine, so I picked this one up. So we'll just move right along from that one. This is issue number 605. Actually, I don't know what kind of order we're going. Oh, we'll figure it out as we go along. Issue number 605. This is Ed Brubaker with Scotty McDaniel. This is Bruce Wayne Fugitive, Part 8. I do not believe that is McDaniel on the cover. Can't really know for sure who it is, but definitely doesn't look like him. But I've been wrong before. Well, we'll see. Next one, we got. This is McDaniel, I can tell you that right now. This is issue number 604, Brubaker and McDaniel. And I'm going to hold off on my kind of remarks on McDaniel's art, because I do like McDaniel's Batman, but I'm going to go ahead and wait so you can kind of compare what I'm saying. I want to get another version of McDaniel in here. So, but yeah, this is issue number 604, and I'll put that one right off to the side. Alright, this one, I saw this, I had to snag this one up. I mentioned the stories, The Fade Out, Killer Be Killed, and Fatale. We obviously had Brubaker writing the stories, but the art is done by Sean Phillips, and this issue is Brubaker and Phillips. So, Brubaker Phillips Batman, I'm going to jump on this all day, every day. This is part 11 of Bruce Wayne Fugitive. Next one, we got issue number 602. This is McDaniel. No, this is Scotty McDaniel. Brubaker, McDaniel on the interior, also McDaniel on the cover. Not really the best example. I'm going to hold off my comparison for that issue, 604, but still, nonetheless, good cover to snag up. Next issue. Got issue number 599. This is Bruce Wayne Murderer, Part 7. And this is a McDaniel cover. I saw this cover and instantly I thought of the cover in Batman Eternal with James Gordon Jr. on it, just like he's in the cell and he's standing there, have the shadow in the back, and it has that reflection in his eye and his glasses. God, what issue was that? I think that was issue 7. I can't tell for sure. But anyway, yeah, it's just this cover just instantly reminded me of that cover. So That's issue number 599. Okay, yeah, this is a good example for that McDaniel thing. Brubaker, McDaniel, issue number 597. Now, serves as a good point. I can kind of make my point with McDaniel's Batman. Now, I like McDaniel's Batman. It's not my favorite. I mean, it's not like Capullo or Fabok or Tony S. Daniels or Nolan back in the day, or the list goes on and on. But I do like it. However, with McDaniel's Batman, you can kind of have two different versions. This one here, as you see in this cover, this serves as a good example. A more pristine, fleshed out looking Batman. This one, issue number 597, you can just tell it's not obtrusive, it's just a nice, clean looking Batman. But if you look at, like we saw in issue number 604, sometimes you'll get the McDaniel where he kind of gets the Jay Lee effect. What I mean by the Jay Lee effect, where Jay Lee's art is really nice to look at. Sometimes the angles can be real obtuse, real sharp, real jagged, and it's more liney. It doesn't really give you a realistic, that's kind of a bad word to use, but it does, pointy. That's basically the word I can say, it's just pointy. And everything you have here in Batman, whether it be the cape or part aspects of the cowl, everything's real jagged and pointy. And McDaniel, you can get that sometimes, kind of like get that the Jay Lee effect, which, it's not bad, but at the same time, not as good as I think you get more of his flushed out art. So yeah, this is a good example of the McDaniel art I prefer to get. Next issue, this is issue number 585. This is Brubaker and McDaniel. This is an example of the good, another example of good McDaniel. So you got the nose of the penguin, but I think that's just part of the character. Next is another Brubaker McDaniel issue, this being issue number 583. I want to say this is McDaniel, and if it is, it would not surprise me, because here we go, some of the pointy aspects of his art, the Jay Lee effect coming off on this one, but still, it's still nice. I like it. Let's switch gears. So we mentioned Brubaker. Let's talk this artist, Bittersweet. We're saying his name now because first off, we're going to see the return of the image titled Black Magic, issue number 6. I believe that's not this week, it's the following week. But it's sad to me, and if that's coming out, that means his run on Wonder Woman is coming to an end. I also think that happens on the same exact day. We have the return of Black Magic, but I think we have the last issue of Wonder Woman. That is, of course, Rucka. And this issue of Batman, issue 565, is part of the storyline Mosaic inside the larger storyline, No Man's Land. I do dig this cover, though. Alright, let's go in a little order. You would literally have to be living under a rock to not figure out who is the artist on this book, because right off the bat, those should give it away. That is, of course, Kelly Jones. This with Doug Moench. This is issue number 538. I said this before, and I'll say it again. Moench and Jones's Batman run, much like we saw with Snyder and Capullo, really did bring a good horror aspect to the Batman stories, and I thought they were all the good for it. You just kind of have to take a blind eye to these monstrosity of Batman ears, but be neither here nor there. What we'll see in this next issue may be a little bit better example I'm trying to say, but I love the solid white background on this cover with the black Batman in the foreground. Really pops off. Really nice. Doug Moench, Kelly Jones, issue number 537. The ear's not as bad, but still definitely got the Jones trademark. Again, love the solid white background. You got the red image in the... I almost lost my camera there. The red issue really pops off, really does accentuate the Batman figure in the foreground. So it's nice to get this in my collection. All right, switching gears to tech. I have no order. We're going, I think, newest to oldest. Who the heck knows? Still in Volume 1. This is issue number 804. To be honest, not really a big fan of this cover, but got some holes to fill. 800 and above. I glanced at my checklist earlier. I think I only have like 4 more issues to go. I mean, that's strictly unofficial, but I think issue 800 and up, I just about got everything. I got a really good chunk of 700 and up. So, Detective Comics, the hunt on this title is actually going pretty good, but this is one of those ones where it's not going to wow me, but okay, I got another issue in the collection. This one, I can't really tell who's the cover on this. But either way, 790. Here lies Jason Todd. Have to snag this up. I do like the color. Kind of got the reddish, purplish, brown. It really does give it a really dark feel to it. So, good to have that one in the old collection. Let's get back to Brubaker. This one, issue number 782. Tim Sale cover here. To be honest, not feeling the Penguin there, but neither here nor there. Tim Sale, classic Batman artist. Good to have more of his work in my collection, in addition to the newer stuff we see him on Batman. Brubaker. We have another Tim Sale cover. This being 780. Now, just a public service announcement. If you have not read Brubaker's Catman run, shame on you for 6 weeks, and wow. I don't know how you could have done that. Superb writing. If I had to recommend any of them, I would definitely recommend picking up the book Batman, Ego, and Other Tales. Not only are you going to see some great Darwin Cook art in there, you will see probably one of the best Catwoman stories I've read, maybe ever. Penned by Brubaker with art by Darwin Cook. Definitely highly recommend picking up that book. Next, we are sticking with... Oh, now we're going back to Greg Rucka. I think this is what we go into Big Greg. Finish up with Rucka. This is Rucka with part 16 of Bruce Wayne Fugitive. This is issue number 772. I absolutely adore this cover. I just can't tell who did it. It says Weber, and I can't even tell who. I gotta take a look, but it's just awesome. I love this cover. If I can blow this one up and hang it somewhere, I would, because it is just awesome looking. Next, continue on with Rucka. We have part 4, Bruce Wayne Fugitive. This is issue number 769. This is a Robinson cover. Not a bad looking cover. Not really going to complain on that one too much. Continuing on with Rucka. Matter of fact, let me just look. Yeah, one more left. Oop. Man, this camera does not want to stay still. We got part 8, Bruce Wayne Murderer. We got Rucka, issue number 767. Really do dig this cover. And fix that a little bit. There we go. It is just awesome cover to have. Rucka with McCrae cover there. Just awesome. Next issue, we got issue number 752. This one, Rucka. Can't tell. This is a Johnson cover with obviously a Poison Ivy centric issue. Nice to have that in the collection. And finally, we got issue number 701 of Detective Comics. This serves as part 6 of Legacy. Now, if you haven't read Legacy, there's 2 ways to go about it. One, you can spend the ungodly amount of money, spend close to $90 on the out-of-print version online, which collects the Legacy story. Main story only, no trade, no tie-ins. So that's one way. Did I say 2? There's actually 3. So you can do that way. Second way, go ahead and get all the single issues, which Shouldn't be that much of a chore, to be all that honest. Or you can do the third way, and you can go ahead and get Volume 1, which DC just released about a month ago, which collects, I think, about the first half of the story, and then toward the fall of this year, maybe into the winter, get Volume 2, which have the whole complete story. In addition to not only just the story, you get all the tie-ins. Myself, obviously, going to get the singles, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the newer print of the story, get the complete story with all the tie-ins. So there's your option. Legacy, kind of a good segue into the chaos that occurred to Gotham with, stories like Chalice, then Legacy, and Cataclysm, and No Man's Land. Gotham, rough place to live. So anyway, and that's it. So those were the books I picked up. Hit me up in the comments below about some of these stories, what you thought about the Rucka run or the Brubaker run, what kind of bat chat, and go from there. In addition to that, to all the fathers out there, wish you all a happy Father's Day. I'm fortunate my father's still running around, along with both my grandparents. So all three, love you all. And to all you fathers and your fathers' fathers out there, have a special and blessed day. And until next video, which I'm telling you, I'm getting that itch to do some more of the newer Batman stories. There's some good stuff going on with the most recent Batman issue with the proposal to Catwoman. Plus, we're going into the Jokes and Riddles storyline. It might just be a good segue to kind of go over a page-by-page review of a Batman story. Who knows? Kind of digging going all these Batman classics like I did with Faces. We got some other ones I want to do. War Games. 10 Nights of the Beast. There's a whole bunch I kind of want to do. I kind of like going over these classics too. Rereading them and then sharing some thoughts out there. And see if we can get other people to jump on board and read them. So anyway, rambling. So anyway, again, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And until next video, always be prepared for any contingency. You never know when a good bat hunt can be on its way. So until then, take care, everybody.